This is in-depth study of the Christ, the propitiation, the begotten Son, the law, the judge, the ruler, the standard, the Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, the one, the true Jesus Christ. Here on Understanding the Bible Radio, On Screen Study, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, On Screen Undeniable Facts of Scripture. Understanding the Bible Radio. We are here. Yeah, we are ready to go into the Secrets of Enoch Part 1. You think this is not something you might need to know? Hey, that's left to you. You want to miss out? Handle business. That's all I can tell you. Handle business, understanding the Bible. Yeah, we're going to look into it. Secrets of Enoch. I got it all ready to go. That's right. We're going to see exactly what the Lord God said to Enoch in the Secrets of Enoch. This is part 1. Let them know that we're here. Let them know. Show them what's going on. Yeah, sound is coming through great. Going good. Helena's in the wind. She's in the wings. On the wind. Yeah. You ready to do it? You better tell them. Invite. Share, like, it's totally up to you. No money here. God is not for merchandise. No CDs, no books, no DVDs, no fundraisers, no donations, no love gifts, no offerings, no seed sowing, no none of that. Because if you could sow some money into the ministry and get blessings back, man, believe me, nobody would have money because that's all they would be doing. Even Satan's people, they would be doing it. Yeah, we're getting ready, man, to go in. You better tell them, man. You're going to see some stuff in here. I've seen this before. You're going to see some stuff. So you better get ready because it's going to be right on your screen, live on screen definitions. Yeah. Showing you the true deal. That's what we do. That is exactly what we do here at Understanding the Bible Radio, Greek and Hebrew. But right now we're just looking into Enoch. Secrets of Enoch. Let's see. Oh, I need to do some things here. Let's see. Got it. Boom. There it is. It's right on screen. See it? The Book of the Secrets of Enoch. Yeah. Referred to as Slavonic Enoch or to Enoch. All right. We're going in. I'm just going to jump right in. Let's see. Yeah. Chapter 1. Enoch's encounter with the two angels of God. Okay. There was a wise man, a great artificer. I don't know how they would say it, but that's what I think. I'm not a scholar or nothing, so bear with me. And the Lord conceived love for him and received him, that he should behold the uppermost dwellings, and by an eyewitness of the wise and great and inconceivable and immutable realm of God Almighty, of the very wonderful and glorious and bright and many-eyed station of the Lord's servants, and of the inaccessible throne of the Lord, and of the degrees and the manifestations of the incorporeal incorporeal hosts of the ineffable ministration of the multitude of the elements and of the various apparition and inexpressible singing of the host of cherubim and of the boundless light. Okay. At that time, he said, when my 165th year was completed, I begat my son Methuselah. Okay. After this too, I lived 200 years and completed all the years of my life, 365 years. I cannot imagine living on the earth that long. I just can't imagine it. On the first day of the month, I was in my house alone and was resting on my bed and slept. And when I was asleep, great distress came into my heart, and I was weeping with my eyes in sleep. And I could not understand what this distress was, or what would happen to me. And there appeared to me two men exceeding big, so that I never saw such on earth. Their faces were shining like the sun. Their eyes were like a burning light. And from their lips was fire coming forth, with clothing and singing of various kinds, in appearance purple. Their wings were brighter than gold, and their hands whiter than snow. 7. They were standing at the head of my bed and began to call me by name. And I arose from my sleep and saw clearly those two men standing in front of me. And I saluted them and was seized with fear. And the appearance of my face was changed from terror. Those men said to me, "Have courage, Enoch. Do not fear. The eternal God sent us to you, and lo, you shalt today ascend with us into heaven, and you shall tell your sons and all your household all that they shall do without you on earth in your house. And let no one seek you till the Lord return you to them." And I made haste to obey them. And I went out from my house and made to the doors as it was ordered me, and summoned my sons Methuselah and Regem and Gidad, and made known to them all the marvels those men had told me. Do you believe the angels came down and spoke to Enoch, the one that Jesus mentions in the scripture? Do you think it really happened? Was it there? Is it real? That's totally up to you. That's why you are able to believe what you desire. Me? Oh, I'm going to believe it. I believe it. I believe it happened. Now we have to see the factors of what Enoch wrote down and what he saw. What happened? We got to see the factors. We're going on to chapter 2. The instruction of Enoch to his sons. Listen to me, my children. I know not whither I go, or what will befall me. Now therefore, my children, I tell you, turn not from God before the face of the vain, who made not heaven and earth, for these shall perish, and those who worship them. And may the Lord make confident your hearts in the fear of him. And now, my children, let no one think to seek me until the Lord return me to you. So he instructs him. He does exactly what the angels tell him right there. Chapter 3. That was chapter 2. Here's chapter 3. Of Enoch's assumption. How the angels took him into the first heaven. Assumption. He's ascending. Okay. He's going up. It came to pass when Enoch had told his sons that the angels took him on their wings and bore him up on the first heaven and placed him on the clouds, and there I looked and again I looked higher and saw the ether, and they placed me on the first heaven and showed me a very great sea, greater than the earthly sea. Chapter 4. Of the angels ruling the stars. They brought before my face the elders and rulers of the stellar orders, and showed me 200 angels who rule the stars and their services to the heavens, and fly with their wings and come round all those who sail. So there's an order. As we see, we saw an order when the angel showed up. The cherubim, they showed up. They commissioned by God. He ordered them to go down. There's an authority there. So there must be ranking of levels of authority. We're seeing it more. Chapter 5, of how the angels kept the storehouses of the snow. And here I looked down and saw the treasure houses of the snow, and the angels who kept their terrible storehouses, and the clouds whence they came out, into which they go. So I hope that the storehouses of snow coming this winter are very low. I hope so. I can deal with the cold, just don't want that snow. I just don't want it. I don't want it. Now, all right. Chapter 6. We're just moving right along. Of the dew and of the olive oil and various flowers. They showed me the treasure house of the dew, like oil of the olive, and the appearance of its form as of all the flowers of the earth. Further, many angels guarding the treasure houses of these things, and how they are made to shut and open. That's the end of the chapter. Helena, I see you got something. You got something to go. You got something to go with. What you got?
I wanted to say something about the treasure house with the snow and stuff. So he has angels guarding the treasure houses. And you were saying that you hope that it's low.
Yeah. I hope it's low for this winter because I don't want no snow. I don't want none for this winter. I just wonder
why he has it guarded, because isn't it where he is? Like, why would it be guarded?
Well, the Lord is not there. The Lord is above that. Enoch is going up, so he's going up and he's seeing these different levels now. That's what I'm understanding.
Oh, okay. So it's the capability that other spirits could, if it's not guarded, could go in there and wreak havoc.
I would guess. That's where else would you need guards? Yeah. Keep order. Keep the order of it. Liz stopped by. How you doing, Liz? Hope you're doing good. Liz stopped by. Okay, let's see what else he saw. Of how Enoch, chapter 7, of how Enoch was taken on the second heaven. And those men took me and led me up on the second heaven and showed me darkness. Greater than earthly darkness.
Wow.
Yeah. And there I saw prisoners hanging, watched, awaiting the great and boundless judgment. And these angels were dark looking more than earthly darkness, and incessantly making weeping through all hours.
I can't even imagine something darker than earth. because that's all I know is that is earthly darkness. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I think in Revelation it talks about a darkness so thick that you can't even you can probably light a light and you still can't see the light. I do believe, I could be misjudged, but I think that's what it is. There's a darkness that's so dark that's going to happen in Revelation, that it's going to be so dark that when you light a light, you won't be able to see. You won't see it. Yeah. And I said, is verse 2, and I said to the men who were with me, wherefore are these incessantly tortured? They answered me, these are God's apostates, who obeyed not commands, but took counsel with their own will, and turned away with their prince, who also is fastened on the fifth heaven. I guess we're going to find out more, because he's at the seventh heaven now, so he's going to go up. So he's going to go up there. And I felt great pity for them. And they saluted me and said to me, man of God, pray for us to the Lord. And I answered to them, who am I, a mortal man, that I should pray for angels? They're angels, okay? Who knows whither I go, or what will befall me, or who will pray for me? Dude, I'm on my way up to the one that put you here. I don't know what's about to happen to me. He calling for me. Lord, I hope I didn't do something. Now, this is before the 10 Commandments. You got to remember that. This is before the Hebrews came out of Egypt. Okay? Of the assumption of Enoch to the third heaven. And those men took me thence and led me up on the third heaven. Dang, they took him from the seventh to the third. He passed the fifth. So we don't get to see who that is in the fifth heaven. And placed me there, and I looked downwards and saw the produce of these places, such as has never been known for goodness. You see that? And I saw the produce of these places, such as has never been known for goodness. And I saw all the sweet flowering trees, and beheld their fruits, which were sweet smelling, and all the foods borne them by bubbling with fragrant exaltation. And in the midst of the trees of life, in the place whereon the Lord rests, when he goes up into paradise. And this tree is of ineffable goodness and fragrance, and adorned more than every existing thing. And on all sides it is in form gold looking, and vermilion, and fire-like, and covers all. And it has produce from all fruits. It's a tree that's got probably even more fruit than we know of. Its root is in the garden at the earth's end, and paradise is between corruptibility and incorruptibility. And two springs came out, which send forth milk and honey, and their springs send forth oil and wine. And they separate into 4 parts, and go round with quiet course, and go down into the paradise of Eden, between corruptibility and incorruptibility. And thence they go forth along the earth, and have a revolution to their cycle, even as other elements. And here there is no unfruitful tree, and every place is blessed. And there are 300 angels very bright, who keep the garden, and with incessant sweet singing and never silent voices serve the Lord throughout all days and hours. And I said, how very sweet is this place. And those men said to me, chapter 9, the showing of Enoch of the place of the righteous and compassionate. This place, O Enoch, is prepared for the righteous. The righteous. It didn't say anything about it's prepared for those that do the 10 Commandments. It doesn't say anything like that. Because the 10 Commandments weren't there yet. Got somebody else. Tammy stopped by. Tammy, how you doing? How you doing? Let me know you guys can hear me. Say hey. Say hello. That's on the Facebook. No one in the YouTube yet. No problem. This is the book of Enoch. The secrets of Enoch. The secrets of Enoch. So let's go. This is a place prepared for the righteous, who endure all manner of offense. We're talking about the righteous now. From those that exasperate their souls, who avert their eyes from iniquity and make righteous judgment, and give bread to the hungering, and cover the naked with clothing, and raise up the fallen, and help injured orphans, and who walk without fault before the face of the Lord, and serve him alone, and for them is prepared this place for eternal inheritance. This is where everybody wants to go. Now, if you're not giving bread to the homeless, and you're not, helping injured orphan, all these factors here, raising up the fallen, giving clothing to the naked, all of them. If you're not doing all of that, don't pride yourself on going to do that to earn your way into heaven. These are the things of the results of people that have him in them, working in them. They're helping others. Basically, those are the factors. They're helping others because they have a compassion inside. They have a compassion. Okay? Just to because everybody will take those factors and run out and start doing it and say, I'm going to this place. I'm going to the paradise of Eden. It's seen in Enoch. Let's raise up a denomination now. Let's get a denominational church of the paradise of Eden. What are you? I'm paradise of Eden, whatever. No. It's a compassion in those people that are doing that, and that only compassion is him, his spirit working in you. Don't forget, law was divorced in Jeremiah 3:8. It's divorced. Okay. Chapter 10. Here they showed Enoch the terrible place and various tortures. Okay, here we go with something else. And those two men led me up on earth on the north side and showed me there a very terrible place. And there were all manner of tortures in that place, cruel darkness and unillumined gloom. And there is no light there, but murky fire, constant flaming aloft, and there is a fiery river coming forth, and that whole place is everywhere fire. And everywhere there is frost and ice, thirst and shivering, while the bonds are very cruel, and the angels fearful and merciless, bearing angry weapons, merciless torture. And I said, whoa, how very terrible is this place. So we see he didn't say anything about Lucifer, the devil. He didn't say anything about him doing that to people, to ones that are there in this place. He said there are angels there that are doing this. They're bearing angry weapons and all that. They're doing all that to those that they're torturing the people there. What you got, Helena?
The angels are torturing the souls of humans who choose to reject God. Is that what you're saying?
Well, if you go into this place, yeah. If you go into this place, I would say, yeah. Whoever's there. He didn't mention any souls
Okay.
of men, no. He didn't mention any souls yet.
Oh, okay, okay.
I
That's what
didn't
I was
see
trying
that.
to figure out because you know how some people, be on Facebook, not Facebook, but YouTube and different things, and they tell you, "Oh, I went to hell," and they kind of get descriptive about things, and it's always a place where someone is being tortured. That's why I mentioned that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, we know the Bible even talks about that torment
Yeah.
and all that. We talk about that. It's funny how people all go there, go to hell, and have nobody comes back talking about the true purpose. No one. They're just saying, oh, different stuff. Love everyone. It's not my time yet. I have to come back. I have something to do. But he doesn't tell them what to do. He doesn't tell them what they have to do. He just says, it's not your time yet. You still have work to do. What work is it that I need to do? I mean, I need you to tell me, Lord. Don't leave me. What is it? Let me go back knowing what I need to do. They never mention it. What is it work? Nobody asks them. What is the work that you have to do? Tell people about my testimony and what I saw. That's it? Yeah. Well, you're leaving out the main deal. Without his spirit, you are none of his. Romans 8, verse 9. And those men said to me, this place, O Enoch, is prepared for those who dishonor God, who on earth practice sin against nature, who is child
Oh,
corrupt, who is child corruption after the sodomitic fashion. So
oh Lord.
sodomitic would be a sexual deal.
Yeah. Incest and yeah.
Let's see. Let's go with see if we can see what sodomitic is real quick, so we can know for sure. Sodomitic comparative more sodomitic. Superlative most okay. Engaging in sodomy, characterized by or involving sodomy. Let's see if our Webster's 1828 has some information there. No, it's not in there. It's probably sodomy. Paste.
Then it said it was towards the child.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, I thought it was incest or rape in the anal part.
There's sodomy right here in the crime against nature. That's all it says. Noun, a crime against
Yeah.
nature. That's what the 1828, Webster's 1828 says. Sodomy in Google says is generally anal or oral sex between people or people. Okay, or this is
Yeah.
Google. It's Wikipedia. Let's go to the dictionary. Anybody can put Wikipedia in there. Anybody can update that. Anal.
Yeah.
Anal.
Right.
Okay. Buggery. What is buggery? I don't know what buggery is. Buggery is what? Anal intercourse. That's what it is. Anal sex between people. For sexual activity between a person and a non-human animal. Bestiality also is sodomy, but it also may mean any procreative sexual activity. So anything that is not non-procreational. That's what based on the definition, what we're seeing on the definition. Okay, that's what it's saying. Anal or oral. Okay, that's what Google is saying here from dictionary.com. All right.
Sodomy.
Yeah, sodomy. Okay. So just to give you an idea, of what the Enoch is saying there, just to let you know. All right, let's see. Oh, we got somebody. Chuck Diesel stopped by. Chuck Diesel, going into the secrets of Enoch. Good to see you. Which is child corruption after the sodomic fashion. Magic making. Wow. Magic making. Live your best life now. I'm going to show you how to unlock the laws of the universe. Crave the universe. Long for it. It'll give you what you want. Enchantments and devilish witchcrafts.
That's magic making?
Yeah. That's magic.
Mm.
You're trying to use spiritual natures to receive carnal desires.
Mm.
I want this person to be my mate. So I go and chant, call for, pray for, make potions, that kind of stuff. Go and employ others to help me get this person that I want.
I thought that was witchcraft, but I guess it's all in the same thing, I guess.
Yeah, enchantments and devilish witchcrafts. Plenty of YouTube studies about all of these magicians that are tied to demons. And I'm like, there's no way a person could know. Like, there's this one guy, I forgot his name. Blaine, David Blaine. I seen a trick he did where he told someone to write down a name of someone that is very close to them or very dear to their heart. Okay? The girl wrote it down. You can see it right on the video. She wrote it down. He was outside in public. She wrote it and never, ever showed it to him. Okay, he did a trick or something or whatever, how he came up with the name, the very name of the person she wrote down. This girl was messed up. She just stared at him when he wrote down the name and showed it to her. Showed it and revealed the name of this person to her. And she just stared at him. And he just stared at her, and he put his hand on her chest or whatever. He said, "It's okay. It's okay." How do you think he knew that? He didn't tell her, write it down and give it to me, and then, fold it up, give it to me, and I'm going to put it in my pocket. No, I think she wrote it down on her hand, and then he went and took it and wrote it on something from his own hand. He wrote it down and showed it to her. How do you think that's possible? Do you know how that was possible? Spirit. That's how. Spirit. There's a spirit doing that for him. To tell him what it was that she wrote down. And she saw it. And then that spirit probably told him something about that person that she wrote down and had passed. Or whatever. She was, you can tell. Everybody else was tripping. Oh my God, all around her. She didn't break a smile. She didn't break nothing. She didn't flinch. She just stared him in his eyes. I said, that is nothing but spirit stuff right there. It's magic. Magic is spiritual stuff. I'm not talking about little sleight of hand tricks. Take this coin and it's over here in the left hand. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about real these guys just doing these magic tricks that are impossible to explain. That stuff is
they used to have TV shows about it. These mediums and stuff telling you who died and what they saying. I know what you're saying.
Mediums and all that. Yep. And because it says here, enchantments and devilish witchcrafts. This is a place for them now. And who boast of their wicked deeds. What is our hip hop music all about? Yeah. Stealing. Ooh, stealing. Anybody ever stole? I got my hand raised. Anybody stole anything? I have before in my life. Mm-hmm. I don't care if it's a cookie from the plate.
I love it.
If it's lies. Anybody lied here? Oh, I'll never lie. Oh no, I don't lie. No, I've lied. I've done it. Calumnies. That's a good one. Let's see what that is. Since we don't know, our English is dumbed down nowadays.
Say it again.
I want to say calumnies, something like that. Let's see. Calumny. I said it right. God, thank God for that general English class I took in 10th grade. Man, it's working. That lady wasn't lying. She said, you're going to need this one day, Ron. Shut your mouth. And she wasn't lying. There you go. The making of false and defamatory statements about someone in order to damage their reputation. Slander. Yeah. Y'all know what that is. Let me tell you about so-and-so. This no good. So-and-so. All right. Envy. Do you envy anyone? Envy. Anybody ever envied before? Me? You? Me? Anyone? Willing to admit? You can post it up.
Envy.
Envy. A feeling of discontented or resentful longing aroused by someone else's possessions, qualities, or luck. Basically, to desire to have a quality, possession, or other desirable attribute belonging to someone else. That's envy. Okay, you got a clearer picture of it, yeah? Didn't say jealousy, it said envy. I'm trying to get back to my... Let me just close this out. I'm not using that. All right. Rancor. What is rancor? We don't even... anybody said, I just scowled at rancor. Nobody's ever said that to me in my life. Let's see what that is.
Rancor.
Rancor. All right. Rancor. Bitterness. I've had that. I've had rancor. I've had bitterness. Spite, hate, hatred, resentment, malice, ill will, malevolence.
Sounds like
I'm sorry,
all the fruit of unrighteousness.
malevolence. Yeah, there it is. Malignancy, animosity. Yeah. Antipathy. Antipathy. I'm sorry. Enmity. Yep, there it is. Enmity, hostility, acrimony. That was a movie, Acrimony. She was so mad. Venom, poison. All right, just to name a few. Vindictiveness, just to name a few. All right, there you go. So let's get back to our... What else? Fornication. Anyone? Fornication. What is fornication?
Fornication.
Wow. Sexual intercourse between people not married to each other. Laws forbidding adultery and fornication. All right. Sex, extramarital relations, adultery, infidelity, unfaithfulness. Cuckoldry. Cuckoldry is where someone is married and they want someone else to have sex with their mate and they watch. Cuckoldry. That's what that is. Okay. Murder. Anyone kill anyone? Anybody wanted to kill anybody? And who, accursed, steal the souls of men who, seeing the poor, take away their goods and themselves wax rich. Ooh. I'm gonna come get your stuff and make myself rich. Steal the souls of men who, seeing the poor, take away their goods and themselves wax rich. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Injuring them for other men's goods. Robin Hood would not be. Well, now he's stealing from the rich, though, huh? But still. Anyway. Who, being able to satisfy the empty, made the hungering to die. Being able to clothe, stripped the naked, and who knew not their creator, and bowed to the soulless and lifeless gods who cannot see nor hear. All right, vain gods who also built hewn images and bowed down to unclean handiwork. For all these is prepared this place among these for eternal inheritance. It will never end. It will stop. If you enter into this place, you will never come out. Okay? Bottom line. You'll never come out. Chapter 11. Here they took Enoch up on the fourth heaven, where is the curse of sun and moon. I'm sorry, the course of sun and moon, the planets, all right, the orbits and all that. These men took me up and led me up on the fourth heaven and showed me all the successive goings and all the rays of the light of the sun and moon. And I measured their goings and compared their light and saw that the sun's light is greater than those moons, than the moon's. Its circle and the wheels on which it goes always, like the wind, going past with very marvelous speed, and day and night it has no rest. Its passage and return are accompanied by 4 great stars, and each star has under it 1,000 stars to the right of the sun's wheel, and by 4 to the left, each having under it 1,000 stars, altogether 8,000 issuing, with the sun continually. And by day 15 myriads of angels attend it, and by night 1,000. And 6 winged ones issued with the angels before the sun's wheel into fiery flames, and 100 angels kindle the sun and set it alight. That's how the sun stays glowing and bright. Set it aflame. Of the very marvelous elements, this is chapter 12, very marvelous elements of the sun. Okay, of the sun. Let's see what we got. Okay. All right. Good deal. All right. And I looked and saw other flying elements of the sun, whose names are phoenixes. This is where we get the phoenix, the fiery phoenix deal. And Chalkidri, I want to say. Chalkidri? Or Chalkidri, however you want to do it in English, Marvelous and wonderful, with feet and tails in the form of a lion, and a crocodile's head. Their appearance is empurpled like the rainbow. Their size is 900 measures. Their wings are like those of angels. Each has 12. Wow. And they attend and accompany the sun, S-U-N, bearing heat and dew. And it is ordered them from God. He orders them to do this for the S-U-N. Thus the S-U-N revolves and goes and rises under the heaven. And its course goes under the earth with the light of its rays incessantly. Now it said under the earth. Under the earth. So if the earth is round in a sphere, where is under?
Right, that's what I was trying to think. Like,
could it be flat like they're saying? And when we look at it, it just looks round because that's the way he wants us to see it.
And then it's moving, so you can't say like, well, under it, but when it's under, because it's
under the earth,
it's going around, or
Yeah, he says he set the earth on its foundation. But how did you set the earth? What we don't never see nothing attached to the earth going down away from the earth. What's the found? Well, that's what I'm saying. See, we're probably seeing in a way that he doesn't want us to see in. I mean, that he wants us to see in. When y'all see it, y'all put y'all little telescopes up and y'all put your take your pictures of the earth. It looks round to y'all because that's the way I want it, y'all. I don't want y'all to see it's flat or whatever shape it is, or if it's whatever, And everybody's arguing about it.
That's the case. They can see them angels.
They've been arguing about it.
Heads and all that weird stuff.
Right. We can't see that. We can't see that. We can't even see the portals of heaven opening up and with the stuff happening with the 3-month cycle and all that from the book of Enoch that we saw. But anyway, maybe some can. But they're not even in the scientific realm. They're like, we above that. We ain't even going with that. We know we know what we can see. Yeah. The angels took Enoch and placed him in the east at the sun's gates. Those men bore me away to the east and placed me at the sun's gates, where the sun goes forth according to the regulation of the seasons and the circuit of the months of the whole year, and the number of the hours, day and night. And I saw 6 gates open, each gate having 61 stadia.
Wow,
and
that's huge.
Stadia, and a quarter of 1 stadium, and I measured them truly, and understood their size to be so much, through which the sun goes forth and goes to the west, and is made even and is made even, and rises throughout all the months, and turns back again from the sixth gates, according to the succession of the seasons. This is the period of the whole year. Thus is the period of the whole year is finished after the returns of the four seasons. So I guess that's where we get our time frame on the seasons, the four seasons in the year. They took Enoch to the west. And again, those men led me away to the western parts and showed me 6 great gates open corresponding to the eastern gates, opposite to where the sun sets, according to the number of the days, 365 and a quarter day. Okay. Thus again it goes down to the western gates and draws away its light, the greatness of its brightness under the earth. For since the crown of its shining is in heaven with the Lord, and guarded by 400 angels, while the sun goes around on wheel, whether the earth, and stands 7 great hours in night, and spends half its course under the earth. When it comes to the eastern approach in the 8th hour of the night, it brings its lights and the crown of shining. And the sun flames forth more than fire. Chapter 15. The elements of the sun and the phoenixes and the Chalkidri, I want to say, broke into song. They started to sing. Then the elements of the sun, called phoenixes and Chalkidri, break into song. Therefore every bird flutters with its wings, rejoicing at the giver of light, and they broke into song at the command of the Lord. The giver of light comes to give brightness to the whole world, and the morning guard takes shape, which is the rays of the sun, and the sun of the earth goes out and receives its brightness to light up the whole face of the earth. And they showed me this circulation of the sun's going, and the gates which it enters. These are the great gates of the circulation of the hours of the year. For this reason, the sun is a great creation, whose circuit lasts 28 years and begins again from the beginning. Then, chapter 16. They took Enoch again and placed him in the east at the course of the moon. Talking about the moon now. Those men showed me the other course, that of the moon, 12 great gates crowned from west to east, by which the moon goes in and out of the customary times. It goes in at the first gate to the western places of the sun, by the first gate with 31 days exactly, by the second gates with 31 days exactly, by the third with 31 days exactly, by the fourth with 30 days exactly, by the fifth with 31 days exactly, by the sixth with 31 days exactly, by the seventh with 30 days exactly, by the eighth with 31 days exactly, perfectly, and by the ninth with 31 days exactly, by the 10th with the 30 days perfectly, by the 11th with 31 days exactly, by the 12th with 28 days exactly. And it goes through the western gates in the order and number of the eastern, and accomplishes the 365 and a quarter days of the solar year, while the lunar year has 354, and there are wanting to it 12 days of the solar circle, which are the lunar epochs of the whole year. Thus, too, the great circle contains 532 years. The quarter of a day is omitted for 3 years. The fourth fulfills it exactly. Therefore, they are taken outside of heaven for 3 years and are not added to the number of days, because they change the time of the years to 2 new months towards completion, to 2 others towards diminution. I've never ever read that word. I think, when I've read this before, I read it. Diminution towards diminution. And when the western gates are finished, it returns and goes to the eastern to the lights, and goes thus day and night about the heavenly circles, lower than all circles. Swifter than the heavenly winds, and spirits, and elements, and angels flying. Each angel has 6 wings. It has a 7-fold course in 19 years.
Oh, wow. That's a long time to us.
It is. Phew. Wow, it's a lot going on there, too. Of the singing angels, which it is impossible to describe, in the midst of the heavens I saw armed soldiers serving the Lord with tympana and organs. What is a tympana? And organs. So we have instruments.
Tympana.
With tympana. The tympanic membrane or eardrum, a membrane covering the hearing organ on the leg or body of some insects, sometimes adapted as in, I want to say, Cicadus? Cycidus? I'm not sure what that, for producing sound. A vertical recessed triangular space forming the center of a pediment, typically decorated. A triangular space over a door between the lintel and the ark. That's something. Let's see if Webster's, nope, doesn't have it. Webster's doesn't have it. Let's see what Timpani would say. A fluent distension of the belly. Nope. Nothing in the Webster's 1828. But there it is with tympana and organs. Okay, with an incessant voice, with sweet voice, with sweet and incessant voice, and various singing, which it is impossible to describe, and which astonishes every mind. So wonderful and marvelous is the singing of those angels, and I was delighted to listen to it. Yeah, what you think? What you think? What you guys got? Anybody? Anyone? Thanks for the like, Chuck. Thanks for the like. Appreciate it. Chuck gave me a little like there. Good deal. Nobody said anything. What you guys think about this? What you got so far? It's 4:26. Been about an hour.
What was you saying about
He went to the fifth heaven. He went to the fifth heaven.
the singing, the choir?
It's incessant. It's wonderful, beautiful. There's armed soldiers. They're serving the Lord with tympana, and organs. Incessantly. It's constantly going on. It never ends. Oh. He heard it. It astonishes the mind. It's wonderful and marvelous.
Mm-hmm. That's unlike we have here today. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Definitely. This music we hear today, I don't care how great it is. It's got nothing to do with what's going on up there.
Yes, tainted.
Nothing. Nothing to do.
Nothing about it is pure.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Believe me,
Everything. You know, you're
I'm
born into
telling you.
now. So the music that you produce is, I mean, it's all,
Nothing.
it's all out of course.
And it's all for the Lord. Now look at the fifth heaven. This is the fifth heaven we worried about when they skipped over it. They skipped over the fifth heaven and took them up to the third, I think. From the seventh, they took them right up to the third.
Mm-hmm.
The fifth heaven is supposed to have the ones about the ones, I guess, the ones that's locked up, or more about them, the very one that locked them up. Okay, so here it is. The men took me to the fifth heaven and placed me, and there I saw many and countless soldiers called Grigori, of human appearance, and their size was greater than that of great giants, and their faces withered, and the silence of their mouths perpetual. They never said nothing. And there was no service on the fifth heaven. And I said to the men who were with me, wherefore are these very withered, and their faces melancholy, and their mouths silent? And wherefore is there no service on this heaven? And they said unto me, these are the Grigori. Who are they? Who are with their prince Satan. There's Lucifer, rejected the Lord of light, and after them are those who are held in great darkness on the second heaven. There's another one held in great darkness on second heaven. We're in the fifth right now. And 3 of them went down onto earth from the Lord's throne to place Ermin, to the place Ermin, who broke through their vows on the shoulder of the hill Ermin, and saw the daughters of men how good they were, and took to themselves wives, and befouled the earth with their deeds, who in all times of their age made lawlessness and mixing. And giants are born in marvelous big men and great enmity, which is Nephilim, which I would understand. The Grigori, okay, so this is a group who their prince, Satan, rejected the Lord. And after them are those who are held in great darkness on the second heaven. And 3 of them went down on to earth from the Lord's throne to the place Ermin, who broke through their vows on the shoulder of the hill on the hill Ermin, and saw the daughters of men and how good they are. Let me look up some definition.
Where's Ermin?
That's one I want to look up too. Grigori. Let's see what Grigori is. Also known as the Watchers. All right, it's probably no, it's Grigori. It's a website.
Is
the
that
Watchers.
The same thing the Catholic churches have on their buildings?
Probably. No telling.
Gorgal thing.
Gargoyle. Probably. Ain't no telling.
Yeah.
The mysterious 8th order of angels, the gentle Grigori, were created by God to be earthly shepherds of the first humans. The Grigori were both physically and spiritually gigantic, at least by the standards of the people who later wrote about them. Grigori, see if we got any images. They got fictional dragons showing on Google. Wait a minute, they got one Grigori. This suggests just the art rendering, some art rendering there. Angelic being who looks very humanly, who looks like Caucasian. I guess that's all we could create out of it.
They look Caucasian.
Yep. Grigori. They they look palish. But one of them's got palish. He's got black. Well, that's an art rendering, though. The Grigori. Yeah, so just to get some images, something there. Alien species, the Grigori, and how they went and met. Oh, whatever. That's a mess we don't want to get into there. Okay. So now Erman, place Erman. Let's see if we can see what Erman is. Where is ancient Erman? Erman. Herman of Jerusalem. Herman of Jerusalem. Also Herman was the bishop, not a person. Let's see if I can go with Herman Hill. Herman. Now, Watchers Nephilim. Yeah, it looks like a from the Book of Enoch. Actually, yep, it is. It's right there. Bibliotecapali. I can't even begin that website. I don't know what that is. Forgotten Books of Eden. Out of the Depths. Erman. Hill of Erman. Let's see. It's in Google Maps. Nope. Hill of Erman. Anywhere. Nope. Just wondering. We won't know where it is. I don't know where it is. Well, it's probably washed away because because of the Noah flood. So it's probably can't nowhere to be found. And therefore God judged them with great judgment, and they weep for their brethren, and they will be punished on the Lord's great day. That great day hasn't come yet. And I said to the Gregory, I saw your brother and their works and their great torments, and I prayed for them. But the Lord has condemned them to be under earth until the existing heaven and earth shall end forever. You see where he says they shall be under the earth, until this day, until this great day, until the existing heaven and earth shall end, which is going to pass away. Then they're going in the lake of fire. All right. And I said, wherefore do you wait, brethren, and do not serve before the Lord's face, and have not put your services before the Lord's face, lest you anger your Lord utterly. And they listened to my admonition, and spoke to the four ranks in heaven. And lo, as I stood with those two men, four trumpets trumpeted together with great voice, and the Gregory broke into song with one voice, and their voice went up before the Lord pitifully and affectingly. They started to sing to the Lord, probably begging in the songs for the Lord. So he goes to the sixth heaven. Now I'm not going to keep you guys. It's been an hour. We got to get into some more stuff. Allison stopped by. How you doing? Good to see you. Just looking at the secrets of Enoch. Coming back, man. What are we going to talk about next, Selena? What you think?
We're doing what the Jesus said.
We're going to do what?
You said next study, right?
What's the next study you want to
do? We can finish what did Jesus say, because we're in John 17.
Yeah, John 17.
No,
coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're coming back with the what did Jesus say? John 17. And finish.
That, he talks about the resurrection. Chapter 18 about this.
Yeah, finish more of that good stuff. Coming right back in a few minutes. John 17 is where we're going. Using the King James Version. Going to look at the Greek, Hebrew. We're going to do what Understanding the Bible does, man. Showing you the true deal from the translated scripture, reversing back to the Greek and Hebrew, man. We're going to John 17. What did Jesus say? Coming back in a few.
Please allow us to extend our deepest thanks, our humblest appreciation, our greatest gratitude for your fellowship here with us. sharing the letter of the gospel, the ancient definitions of Scripture. This is Understanding the Bible.